Madiao is a card game with 500 years of history. It used to hold the game market in China for 3 centuries and was transformed into mahjong because of the strict prohibition of the imperial government. Madiao is an ancient game that requires strategy, skill, and luck. It is played with 40 playing cards or Chinese paper cards. At the beginning of the game, each player receives 8 cards, and the remaining 8 cards are placed face down in the center of the table. The value of the last card in the pile determines which player will go first. Madiao tiles are divided into 4 suits, including 11 spades, 11 diamonds, 9 hearts, and 9 clubs. Different suits cannot be compared with each other. The last card in the host to be turned over, and the remainder of its value divided by 4 will determine the player who plays the card first in the game. Each player can only play 1 card at a time after the previous player has played a card. The next player must play a card no matter whether there is a bigger card or not. If the card played is smaller than the previous player or not of the same suit, it should be turned upside down so that no one can see the face of the card. After all 4 players have played their cards each round, the player with the highest card places the cards face up on his side. The other players turn their cards face down. The player with the highest card in the previous round will play first in the next round. After the cards are played, each player is given the titles of slave, citizen, and noble according to the number of cards they get. Tip 1. The 3 players should team up to attack the player who is most likely to get a slam. Tip 2. The 3 players should team up to attack the banker. Tip 3. The 3 players should team up to attack the player who holds the spade jack. Tip 4. A player without the spade usually cannot lead with the spade suit before the player holding the spade J does. Tip 5. The Q cannot be played in the first deal. Tip 6. In the case of not conflicting with other rules, each player can usually only play first 2 suits, except for the dealer. Tip 7. After the J, Q, and K have all been played, each player is free to play any spade card. Tip 8. If unable or unwilling to beat the previous player's card, the priority order for playing at a trump card is spade. The person who gets the title of slave gets -1 string. The person who gets the title of citizen gets 0 string. The person who gets the title of noble gets 0.5 or 1 string. A string is worth 1 point. If you win a set of tricks with a jack or an ace, you will get extra points. The score received or paid by each player is settled only with the banker. In other words, if the banker wins, he will get 3 times the points. Among the winning tricks, the rare combination of A, K, Q, J is called a slam, and the slam is the core game of Madiao. When any player gets a slam, the remaining 3 players must pay points to celebrate him. Grand slam. Among the tricks won by the player, there are 4 such cards, each of which is one of ace, king, queen, jack, and they belong to one of the four suits of spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. Little slam. Among the tricks won by the player, there are 2 to 3 ace, jack, and 1 to 2 ace. Ace and king of the same suit, or 2 ace and king or queen of the same suit. An example of a grand slam is the arrangement and combination of ace, king, queen, and jack of different suits. There are 24 categories of grand slam. Each type contains 1 or more combinations. The following combinations are included in the tricks that the player wins. 1. The smallest ace in each suit will be played in the first round and win. 2. A combination of aces and jack. 3. 2 or 3 aces. For 2 aces and jack, or K of the same suit as one of the aces. 5. One player wins 5 cards, and the remaining 3 players win just 1 card. 6. One player wins 6 to 8 cards. After all the cards in hand have been played, the player who won the last round will start flipping over the whole cards. If they can match the cards with those in the won tricks, they will score points. For the 3 suits of hearts, clubs, and diamonds, only ace and king can match cards of the same suit. Queen can only match king of the same suit. N, K, Q. J can match any cards of the same suit. Ba can only match J. The images on the cards are some legendary characters. Some people regard them as thugs, but more people regard them as heroes. They always like to uphold justice and help vulnerable groups.